Hi, my name's George. I've just created a YouTube channel called George's Basement Shop. And the reason I've done this is, well, 4 years ago, I was diagnosed with melanoma cancer in my throat. I used to be a long haul truck driver and I had to retire. The options were a laryngectomy, which is remove your voice box, but they couldn't guarantee 100% it would get rid of the cancer, so I refused. I then had 20 bouts of radiation, which was quite sore and quite a journey, having to travel into Winnipeg every day. Most of my appointments were 8:15 in the morning. It was about an hour's drive each way for a 2-3 minute session. I then went on to an oncologist and he put me on immunotherapy, which is basically the same as chemotherapy, different side effects. 18 months later, having had sepsis, colitis, pneumonia, all part of the effects of being quite ill, I was told I was in remission. But having lots of free time and not being able to work again, started watching YouTube. And I've always had an interest in hobby machining, lathes, milling machines, things like that. I only ever had to go on a lathe once when I was a young lad in school back in England. I was about 14 years old and I made 3 little brass legs about 1 inch long, and I was well chuffed with them. And I made them for a planished copper ashtray that I made for my mum and dad. It ended up in the bin sometime later. Anyway, I moved here to Canada from England 15 years ago. I spent 16 years in the British Army, and yeah, me and my wife comes from Germany. I met her when I was serving out there. I spent almost 12 years in Germany, and we decided England wasn't for us, so we had a look about. And initially we looked at the US, and I must be the only person on planet Earth that doesn't have one living relative in the United States of America. So failing that, we looked at Canada, and Canada said, come on, we'll have anybody. And so we did. We moved here. Didn't please my daughter. She'd just finished school in the UK, 16 years old. And when she got here, we put her on the school bus, because here you go to school till you're 18. She had a chip on her shoulder for quite a while, but now she's settled and she loves it. I've got a car going past me soon. No, I haven't, it's turned off. Anyway, I just want to show you about, although I'm not out the woods yet. I had a CT scan in February and my oncologist called me and said we found a hot spot. So in March I had surgery again. We are now in the year 2021. I was first diagnosed in 2017 in the February. So I had surgery and they removed my right adrenal gland, and I've got a CT scan coming up to find out if everything has gone. Hopefully it has, and if it has, that'll be twice I've beaten the bugger. Anyway, just to give you a look, I'm pointing that way there. About 30 minutes is Winnipeg. That way there, about 1 hour, is Ontario. 1 mile south of me is the Trans-Canada Highway, Highway 1. And that goes right across Canada. So I live a mile north of the highway on a gravel road. So, like I say, that way is Winnipeg. And just so you know, we're practically in the dead centre of Canada. So you travel to Winnipeg, go around the perimeter highway and then go south for 3 hours, you'll come to Fargo in North Dakota. And that way you get on the road, go south for a mile, get on the highway, and in 1 hour's time you'll be in Ontario. So here we are. This is my driveway. Lots of beautiful flowers out. I won't let my wife cut the grass while this is happening because I have a couple of beehives. And this is food for my bees. The property is 5 acres. So it's 333 feet across and 666 feet north to south. I am actually walking north now, and I've got, well, as you can see, practically 5 acres of trees. Up this end of the property they're mainly oaks. We have lots of other things. We've got choke cherries, hazelnuts, and lots of poplar. And if I had a big diamond saw, I'd probably have a few granite surface blocks. That there is about 1.5 meters by 2 meters square, that rock. And they all come from, so they say, West Torque Lake, which is that way. And the saying goes that many millions of years ago, a meteorite smashed into the earth, and all of these big rocks here are part of the fallout. And they are everywhere. You can dig a hole in the ground and think you're getting a little rock, and it can turn out to be 2 meters in size. And as you can see there, it's my house, which we are approaching. Now I've recorded a few other videos which I'll be adding on. Kind of the arrival, because I ordered a mini lathe a couple of years ago, which I was disappointed with. I haven't really used. And I've also ordered a benchtop lathe and a mini mill. And as you can see here, the granite rocks are everywhere. Christmas tree that I transplanted a few years back.